Today's episode, we're going to talk about Kadarius Toney versus the New York media, part 3. I did the first 2 parts of a series that I said I was going to keep up with for as long as Kadarius Toney is a receiver here with the New York Giants. So let's get into part 3 and let's talk. Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Big Blue Crew, what's going on? Thank you for tuning to another episode of Big Pat Sports Talk. Today, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms. Almost 1,000 on Twitter. Thank you guys for your support. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Mr. Kadarius Toney, the Joker himself, and the New York media. Now, he did another press conference today after training camp, day 2. Another good day for him. Well, I believe day 3. I'm sorry, I think day 3. Day 3. Another good day for him. And it's been an interesting thing with Kadarius Toney and the New York media. I'm going to explain some things why we actually watch his press conference, or the reasons why they ask him the questions they do. I'm going to give you points about his mannerisms when he is answering the questions. It's a lot that goes into this series, and I'm going to continue to do this series as long as the Joker Kadarius Toney is a New York Giant. I think this is important. I think this is a way I can show you what the media is really about. This is something that I want to get into, but I don't want to be like how the media does it. I want to be like Big Pat Sports Talk. I want to be a positive influence. I just want to talk about the game. I don't like talking about their personal lives and things like that, and I don't get into that. As you know, Tony, at the start of voluntary camp, did not show up, and he was lambasted. People talked about him. Trade rumors came out. People were calling him a clown. People said that he wasn't focused on the team. He didn't care about the team. They were trashing his rap music. They were doing a lot of things, and they were saying a lot of things about Kadarius Toney. But when training camp comes, he's the clear-cut best player on the field. And why is that? Is he the best player on the field because he wasn't focused? Is he the best player on the field because he wasn't training? I don't think so. But let's get into the media interview, and we're going to break this down while we listen to it. So tune in. Let's get into it. Let's get to the media room. All right, guys, we are in the media room, so let's go ahead and get started listening to this press conference. Let's get into it.
First of all, could you walk us through that one-handed grab from day one? Talk to us through some, just walk us through how the play what you were thinking.
Well, it was a conversion route where I just turned to a fade. Just all about really, I guess, natural ability. I just went up and made a play. That's just the mindset.
And that's a good mindset for him to have. I really think this guy's going to be a major playmaker for us. And a lot of people gave me a lot of flack because I said he could be our Stephon Diggs. And I think he could be Stephon Diggs plus some. As long as he gets his route running together, which he's been working on tremendously this whole offseason, while people think he was just sitting on his butt, not doing nothing, not want to be with the team. That was totally false. If he gets that route running down and can run those routes as crisp as a Stephon Diggs or somebody like that, this dude is going to be an absolute problem for anyone. But let's continue on.
What was more fun, making the play or seeing the reaction of the guys around you after the play?
Now, it's really the reaction, though, because the play, they're going to be the play regardless. Like, you play it a million times, they're going to be the same as the reaction every time you see it. You know what I'm saying? You see the ball down there. Daniel, everybody, like the whole team was down there. It was a great camaraderie.
I thought this guy wasn't a team player. Giants media, Giants fans. Thought this guy wasn't a team player. He made an exciting play. And he just said, man, that the play is going to happen. The play is the play. But he was more excited about Daniel Jones and everybody running down there and hopping up and jumping with the team after he made the catch. Like, this dude really loves this team. He really loves the game of football. He really is in tune with the game of football. But if you let the media portray him, he's a thug. He's not willing to make relationships with the team. He's not focused. He wants a rap career. He wants this. He wants that. But listen to his answers. Listen to the man, not the media.
Yeah, in fact, I was saying, he told me he was tired after, but yeah.
In that moment, did you realize like like how big of a deal that was going to be, like socially or in general?
Nah, not at the moment. It was just all focused, all locked in, because it's a lot of speculation, I guess you could say. I'm just ready to show what I could do.
And stay laser focused, man. Stay focused on your game. Stay focused on your craft, and stay focused on being one of the best Giants receivers ever, if you're able to stay with the Giants long enough to do so.
Time probably to reflect on your rookie year. Like, what do you think when you look back on it?
Nothing pretty much. I'm just thinking about today.
Exactly. Why do you guys keep asking him about the past? Why do you guys keep asking, oh, what's your rookie season? What do you think about your rookie? No. Ask him about what's going on right now. Great comeback. I'm just thinking about today. I'm thinking about going on that field and getting done when Brian Daboll wants to get done. I'm thinking about going on that field and making a play for my team. I'm thinking about going on that field and running crisp routes. I'm going on that field. I'm thinking about today beating that other guy the guy that's on the other side of me. Thinking about making catches, one-hand catches, touchdown catches, first downs, making plays. That's what I'm thinking about. Good answer.
Kadarius, what does it mean to you that Coach is incorporating some of your music into the practices?
I would say I think that's pretty great. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm just focused right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm focused. I'm focused on ball right now.
Did you know that was coming? Did you?
You see how honest he is? He said, man, that was crazy. I didn't know he was going to do that. And then he starts to think about it like, yeah, that was great, but I'm still focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. But, man, that was pretty cool what Coach Daboll did for him. But let's see the second part of his answer.
You know that song was coming?
Oh, no, I didn't. It just kind of surprised me. Kind of had me juiced up, though. It kind of had me juiced up. Like, all right, okay. But I appreciate him for doing it, though, because it just showed me the willingness he able to, like build a relationship with me. You know what I'm saying? But
how important is that?
So you heard that answer there? He said he enjoyed it because it showed that Coach Daboll was willing to build a relationship with me. That means something to these players. That means something. You're not just a animal out there just running routes and you do all this and do all that and then they don't care about you. Brian Daboll is smart enough to know that, hey, this kid has a hobby. But that's just what it is. It's a hobby. He's not trying to turn that into his main thing. His main focus is being on this field, running these plays that I need him to run. So to show him a little bit of, respect, have a little fun with him, show him that, hey, look, I'm here for you. Let's play his music. He didn't even know that they was going to play his music. And you heard what it said. It got him juiced up. That brings him closer to Coach Daboll. Something that he wasn't getting with Joe Judge. I can tell by the way he just answered that question. It might have been that Joe Judge didn't want anything to do with Kadarius Toney after he drafted him. Remember, he wasn't even playing Kadarius Toney in the beginning, and then he goes off on Kadarius Toney for defending himself against the Cowboys when they got a dirty hit on him after he was torching him. And he treated Kadarius Toney like a child. So maybe a lot of people were rubbed the wrong way about Joe Judge and his regime. Who knows? But I know one thing. There was no relationship being built between Kadarius Toney and the last regime. And that could hurt. He's in his rookie year. That could hurt a kid tremendously. But if you listen to how he answered that question, he got excited. And he appreciated what Dabo did for him. And maybe that's the difference between Dabo and his new regime. Maybe we do have some real coaches in here who know how to get to players, who know how to get the best out of players, and who knows what to do and use these players to the top of their ability. Who knows?
How important is that to you, the relationship, to build a relationship?
I would say I really feel like that's important with anybody, not even just me, like throughout the whole team. I try to better relationship with Danny, better relationship with Kenny Galladay, you know what I'm saying, with everybody around, because it's a team thing, not an individual thing.
Was it?
You see what I'm saying? Listen to the man, not the media. And the media will have him portrayed as being a thug. The media will have him being portrayed as not a team player, not willing to go the extra mile for the game, not willing to work on his craft, not willing to do this, not willing to do that. Oh, he likes this more than football. Listen to the man. He said nothing about individual things. He's always saying the team, the team, the team, the team. And this is not coached. He's not coached on media. You can tell that he's not coached. He's just being honest up there. He's answering questions honestly. He's not being trained on saying robotic answers. He's just being himself. And in point, if he's just being himself, then the team is the main issue to him, because that's all he continues to mention. But let's carry on.
Hard to build that relationship last year when you were off to the side?
Nah, not really. I mean, you're always around the guys 24/7 anyway. So I mean, I feel like the relationship was always there. Just the availability probably wasn't there.
When you say a lot of stuff,
And availability mean that he was hurt. And maybe a lot of people weren't available because they were just tired of what was going on with Joe Judge being here. Maybe he's speaking on that as well.
speculation earlier. What do you mean by that from your perspective?
Reports, I guess you could say.
Exactly. The reports that's been reported about him, the reports that's coming out saying that he doesn't have any rapport with his teammates and everything. You guys. Translation.
Just about how you would rebound from this year is what you're saying? Like,
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what you want to say. I don't know what you want me to say.
How you would perform, I guess.
Yeah.
How did you react to the fact that they were making calls looking to possibly trade you in the spring?
You see how they bait him? You see how they want to get the worst out of him? That's been gone and done over months. But you still want to bring up the trade rumor speculations? Why are you throwing darts at this man so much? Why do you guys want a negative report so bad from this kid? This kid could be a superstar, the next superstar for the Giants. Yes, I'm saying it. He could be the next superstar receiver for the New York Giants. And it's like you want to run him away. Same thing you did with Odell Beckham. Same thing. Same thing you do with Saquon Barkley. Same thing you do with Daniel Jones. Same thing you did with Plaxico Burress before he did what he did. New York media, you haven't learned your lesson, man. It's like we get a superstar and it's like you just try to find so many negative things to where they just get tired of being here. But let's see how he reacts.
Spring.
You said how would I what?
How did you react to that? Or how did you react?
That's exactly how he reacted to it. Tony knows something that we don't know. Me, Lou, and Joe came up with an idea that report was leaked out to find the mold that's in the New York Giants locker room. Maybe that's why he just reacted the way he did. And it brings me back to the point where I say that this guy's not coached on how to do interviews. He's just up there being himself. That's exactly how he should have reacted. Laughing at y'all silly tales. That's how he should have reacted. It's crazy. Why are you still even asking me this question? And it's been months past that. We're past that. We're working on our relationship. I'm working on my relationships with the players. I'm working on my relationship with my coaches. I'm working on my relationship with my training coaches to get better, to become that superstar that I know that I can be. That's what should be going through his mind. But I would have laughed at him too.
Act in your mind to the report that it was.
I mean, I never kind of reacted. I mean, I talked to the people that's in the building, so I never really questioned or anything. So.
Kadarius, what?
Exactly. Everybody when that news broke out, everybody, yeah, trade him. He's a clown. He's this, he's that. Trade him. He didn't even show up to voluntary camp. Trade him. Get rid of him. He's terrible. He's this, he's that. Nobody likes him. He's a thug. He can't stay healthy. He can't do this. He can't do that.
To some of you young ladies that have been coming out.
He can't do this. He can't do that. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. And you want to tell me that after 3 months, that's one of the questions that you bring up? That's one of the questions that you bring up. After 3 months after that happened. Come on, man. He talks to the people in the building. He knows what's going on.
I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
What have you done differently with your training? Because obviously, you know, coming out of college, getting ready for the draft, you have to train one way for the combine and everything. How have you changed up your training from last year versus this year?
That's a legit question, Mr. Trainer. Thank you for getting back to football.
I feel like I'm more comfortable. Just all about experience, you know. Like last year, I'm a rookie just coming in, kind of young, just learning everything. This year, I'm second year, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't had experience on the field, had my ups and downs or whatever, and I'm just here to be, you know what I'm saying, who I am.
But do you still feel like a rookie? Because, I mean, it's kind of a new system, so you're starting over from...
Yeah. I mean, not really. I guess that's just a mentality, but I feel good.
The procedure.
Great 2 questions back to back by Miss Patricia Trainer. Thank you for getting back to football. Thank you for getting back to his craft. It's not that hard to do, media. It's not that hard to do.
Was that related to an injury from last season, or was that something that you cropped up, like, you know, in the off season during training?
I mean, I really can't answer that right now. I mean, I don't know. You had to ask the ball about that.
That's cool. Oh, David.
Yeah.
Your decision to not show for the start of the off-season program, what was that?
You see what I'm saying? So you get one or 2 questions about football, and then you get right back to the same BS, the same negative BS that's been going on throughout this kid's career since he's been here. We got training camp going on. This man is out here making one-hand catches, making touchdown catches every practice, showing you that he's the best player on the field. And you still want to talk about the beginning of voluntary workouts? You're talking about voluntary practice over training camp. It's ridiculous. Leave a kid alone. That's over with. That's been done with. You already got your explanation of why he wasn't showing at voluntary camp. It was personal reasons. And he kept in contact with Dabo and Shane the whole time. It's ignorant, and it's irresponsible, and it's tacky. And I'll take it even further. It's a little trifling. Why are you keep egging on to get something negative on this guy? Shut up with those stupid questions and ask him something about football. It's crazy.
How did you make that decision?
It was personal reasoning. I don't think I really got to explain that. So
You don't have to explain that, sir. Good response. Doggone good response. You don't have to answer that crap. That's over and done with. It's stupid.
Now that you're fully different this off season to train to get ready for camp.
you said how was
Did you do anything different in terms of your off season work?
Not really. I mean, I kind of just worked on what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as receiver work, more catching. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like when I'm not able to be physically available, I was still mentally available. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Even though you're hurt, you can still watch film and get better. It's not like being out there, but if you're not going to be out there, at least do the mental work. Get the mental reps in. That's smart.
What this is a whole new offense. It's a whole new offensive group. You know,
as far as the coaching staff. What do you like about it, and what do you think it can help you do this year?
I feel like it's a lot of energy that they brought into the building, a lot of, I guess, flexibility, I guess you could say. It's more open. I really enjoy it.
What do you mean by that? Flexibility and more open. What you know?
I mean, with route running and stuff like that, it's not as pen and paper.
And that just brings us to the point that Joe Judge and Jason Garrett were trash. He called their offense just pen and paper. There was no excitement to the offense. There was nothing. It was terrible, man. And everybody on that team felt it, and everybody was affected by it. So hopefully everything could be a whole lot better this year. We actually look like an actual offense this year. Hopefully we can do that, and hopefully Kadarius Toney turns into what I truly believe he can turn into. But let's continue on.
You got more freedom.
Yeah, instead of just running it technical, all that. Yeah.
Translation, yeah, instead of just running slants and hitches.
It's like to give you a chance to win instead of just having to do it a certain way every time.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts. It's all about chemistry with Danny too. I mean, the coaches could only draw up the play. We got to execute it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
More communication
That's true as well.
too going on in the offense than maybe in the past.
Ma'am.
More communication going on.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of communication, but everything requires communication in his offense. Like what position you playing, was this or that, just all the mental
Well,
things.
especially with the pre-snap motion, I gotta imagine there's a lot more talking and knowing.
Yeah. It takes a lot of communication, especially knowing who are you running your routes off of, what you're looking for when you look at the defense, stuff like that.
So is that the answer of a player who's not focused on football? Look how he started to smile when he said, yeah, man, it's got to be a lot of communication, man. Everybody has to communicate. Look how he was smiling. This dude is ready to go out there and show what he can do. You might can say that he might be one of the players that's the most focused. If not the player that's the most focused, that has a lot to prove. But he's enjoying what Brian Daboll and Kafka are creating for him. And the more I look at this video, the more I go in tune with this video, the more I'm starting to realize that this dude is going to be a huge part of this offense this year. And he may be the #1 target. We talked about this on Lou's channel on the Big Blue Lounge. He may be the focal point of this offense. And that might be a true statement. The more I look into it, the more I see how look how excited he's getting with the way they brought up the offense. He knows something. So this dude might be the #1 target on the field. Kadarius Toney might get upwards of 100 targets this year. Who knows? We will see.
Kadarius, you look like you're just having a good time out there, like you're having fun. Does it feel that way, or is it just my imagination?
Nah, it's definitely a lot of fun out there. Yeah, it's a lot of juice, a lot of energy. I like that they came here, honest.
So I'm gonna be real with you. I was one of the people that was like, hey, look, if you don't get a proven coach, keep Joe Judge here. And I took a lot of flack. And I will have to say that I may owe a couple of people an apology, like Adam Costas. Shout out to Adam. Maybe Joe Judge was as bad as they say that he was. Now that everything has come out, no way you could have known that he was this bad before all these reports and everything came out. But maybe Joe Judge was just that bad to where he had no relationship with his players. Nobody really know what to do because he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know how to handle guys like Kadarius Toney, who's a super talent, and he beats to his own drum. He doesn't mess with anybody. He has a hobby that he does when he gets a chance to, and he just goes about his work and goes on the field. But he didn't know how to handle that. Didn't know how to do time clock management. Didn't know how to do an offense. Lost out to Matt Patricia over there with the Patriots on calling plays. That is terrible. Had Jason Garrett as an offensive coordinator. That doesn't help. Maybe Joe Judge was that bad. Maybe so, but look how bright his smile gets every time they talk about this offense. This guy knows something that we don't know, and I'm starting to figure out that he's going to be the #1 guy on this offense. Just by reading his body language and how everything just brightens up when they talk about anything about this offense. That's the smile of a player knows that, hey, I'm finna get the ball this year.
Kadarius, now that you're fully healthy, you really like this offense. You're involved. What are your personal expectations for yourself this year?
I mean, I don't really set goals, but I mean, I do whatever I can to help the team in whatever way I can.
When people
There it goes, the team again.
look back at last year, they think of the Dallas game where you had 10 catches and a monstrous amount of yards. Do you think of that as, I can do that every game, or is that kind of going the best that it can be?
I mean, that's the mindset to do it every game, but I wasn't probably available last year to do it every game. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about the approach.
How do you look back on your
great pass from that A-Rob was guarding you? What did he say to you?
We knocking neighbors now, so it's like, yeah, we was talking jaw jacking about it, but at the end of the day, it was a good rep by him, good rep by me. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know what I'm saying, lifting each other up at the end of the day.
In retrospect, how do you look back on your rookie season? Like, what do you think of it?
Didn't you ask that earlier? Didn't he already tell you that he's not worried about his rookie season? He's worried about now. But once again, media, don't pay attention and ask the same crazy question over again. Crazy. But that's the end of that press conference. Let's get back to the other media room. And that was this is going to be part 3 of Kadarius Toney versus the New York media. This is going to be part 3. I just want you guys to see that this media is not any of these players' friends. They're only going to report the negative things because that's what people want to hear, negative stuff all the time. We live in a negative world. And I'm the type of guy that in the press, I want to know about the player as a football player, the player that's on the field. What is he doing to be better on the field for the New York Giants? I don't care about your personal life, bro. Your personal life is your personal life. You haven't done anything. You haven't been arrested for anything. So that doesn't matter, man. And all this stuff about him not wanting to be with the team and he's not a team player, he doesn't focus, that's a lie. This guy might be the most laser-focused player on this offense. And that smile every time somebody asks him something about football, that smile that he puts on lets me know that he knows something. And I believe he knows that he's going to get the ball this year. So as long as he's healthy, I'm looking for him to get about 100 touches. Just going to be honest with you. But that's it for Kadarius Toney versus the New York media part 3. Hopefully you guys get a little bit of understanding of how the media works. I enjoy doing this series. Doesn't matter if the series only gets 1 view. Hopefully whoever views, you notice what this New York media is about and how they move and how they shake and how they try to bait these players into stupid decisions and say the wrong thing so you can go and type up your little report. Oh my God, Kadarius Toney said this. Yeah. Look at that. Bash him. Nah. That ain't me. That ain't Big Pat Sports Talk media. I don't do that. I feel it's worthless. I feel it's cowardice. I feel it lacks integrity. And like I said, just to be honest with you, it's a little bit trifling to me. Ask about the football player. If he's done nothing off the field that warrants a question, leave the man alone. His family, his hobbies, that's his personal time. It's the only little bit of time that he has that he's not in front of the cameras. So you think about that. Yes, he makes a lot of money, but they lose a lot of privacy when it comes to making a lot of money. And the New York media is not making it easy for Kadarius Toney especially. So that's why I make this series, Kadarius Toney versus the New York media. This has been part 3. And I will have to say Kadarius Toney 3-0. Keep winning, Kadarius Toney, and don't let the New York media win. And after saying that, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, hit that join button and join the Big Blue crew. So we could do raffles, sign autographed of jerseys and footballs. I can't wait to start doing members only streams. So hit that join button if you want to be a part of the Big Blue crew and join and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. But until the next episode of Big Pat Sports Talk, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.